Lisbon, October 29th, 2022. The work that is left at the museum can wait until tomorrow, so I go back to the hotel room. An elevator to the 9th floor, a large sofa, a tall narrow mirror wardrobe, an L-shaped desk, a television and a sound system, a double bed with a glass side table and an enclosed white bathroom, just like most hotels in most Western countries. I unpack, and through the window I witness the loading cranes, moving things around in what I guess is the last operation of the day. I think, is this dying body the source of all our bodies? All our bodies in existence here and now, as he reaches its end? I sleep at the foot of the sedari on which one of my cousins is lying. In her stomach floats a fetus waiting to be born. A great-grandson who emerges from the void as my grandfather enters it. For to see the dead as the individuals they once were tends to obscure their nature. Try to consider the living as we might assume the dead to do, collectively. The collective will accrue not only across space but also throughout time. It will include all those who had ever lived, and so we would also be thinking of the dead. The living reduce the dead to those who have lived, yet the dead already include the living in their own great collective. How can we tremble desire? 10. In the world of the living, there is an equivalent but contrary phenomenon. The living sometimes experience timelessness, as revealed in sleep, ecstasy, instance of extreme danger, orgasm, and perhaps in the experience of dying itself. During this instance, the living imagination covers the entire field of experience and overruns the contours of the individual life or death. It touches the waiting imagination of the dead. Santander, August 9th, 2023. Last night you asked me to go out and I didn't reply to your message. Today I felt the need to explain you why I stayed home. I've been thinking about that page in Tilly Lowley's book, Nothing But My Body. It reminds me of you and I last summer. In that passage she goes like, I was like, guys, can you just stop? It actually weighs heavily and I'm still crying from laughter. I'm blowing my hair in the wind and I'm worried about climate change, but I'm not anxious right now because I'm here with you in my favorite place in the world. But please don't bring up the millions of dead wildlife because I just want to forget about everything for a few hours or maybe half a day. And yes, we are a historical embarrassment because we voted for deniers who will do nothing about horrific carbon emissions rate, even though we will be one of the first countries directly affected by climate change. And I even feel conflicted about having kids when the world is probably going to end. But also not having kids is an act of hope, and surely, if all the people who care about the world stop having kids out of conscience, it will just mean that the next generation will be even less populated with people raised to fight for this place. And have you all gotten vaccinated yet? My arms are starting to hurt so much. And I'm ready to touch the cows' noses through the car's window. Cows who surely felt fear, just as I felt it in the weeks when the fires crackle, destroying Orara, terrorizing calves and touching the very edges of the Dorigo rainforest. Gondwana, my soul cried day after day. Those forests are not meant to burn. For thousands of years they have been safe in their vines and their humidity, and now they crackle and smoke. For 2 months my heart has been black. Now I smoke, I have gone to work, I have gone out, I have distracted myself.
On the patio, in the approaching spring, everyone is sharing anecdotes, things they saw or heard somewhere. I listen and tell myself that the time for secrets has passed. And yet, with self-awareness comes the realization that you never really wanted to know who you were at the edge of that brambly terrain. It comes with the understanding that you were always trying to escape the insipid warmth of blood ties. All that lost time to make up for. I think that for him it's normal. The distance from me, the money he sends me, the rare, cautious questions. My adult body in a doorway, eyes up, and filled with the beautiful things I've seen, and then stunned into silence, happy, in a way, that I'm back. My visits bear fruit. The weather gets better, the sky clears. I have my golden khamsa in the hollow of my clavicles, and now I move through the world certain of loving thick hands and naughty tights. I come from a nameless tribe. He whispers, one day I'd like to be a dad. Come on then, let's merge to create a perfect offspring inside your belly. I want to deform your skin and bring forth a little person with both our faces. To hell with the skeptics, I want a scientific revolution. You will give me a sublime child. You know, writing is digging, so of course it's like painful in a way, I think. I think that's kind of the same for you. But also, I try to avoid that at first when I started the book. I try to be like the perfect, diaspora kid in a way. Like, I will not want to offend my family. I will not want to just, give whiteness what whiteness was waiting for me in a way. I wanted to be. So I was kind of turned on by by all sides, and so at some point I just found this way, maybe the way of the pain in a way, that I just should follow what I was feeling deeply in my body, try to just stay true to that, and maybe like and it's gonna be political at some point, but never mind, you know what I mean? Or it's gonna offend some parts of my family, or it's gonna like be hurtful for someone, but it is true. So the pain is grounding me in a way.
Yeah, and I think pain is such a big word that it's quite, in your writing is very specific. It's more like, it has different textures. Like pain sometimes is like fatigue, pain sometimes is anger, pain sometimes is feeling like a sense of no belonging. So it's just like it has all these textures that are, going back to desire, I think it's very much connected to, the different parts of our identity in terms of class and gender and culture and so on. So I was thinking of kind of the material conditions of this desire, when, the place where you come from or the character comes from, of course, creates a very specific vision of desire. You can't desire what you know, or what you know that it exists, or that whatever it's in your environment as you grow, or like the sense of possibility. But also desire is something that is about what you don't have. So this contradiction of being in the limits of your materiality, of the place where you're from, your family, and so on, which is like you need that to build your desire, and then just like moving away from that. I think in the book is really strong.
Yeah, is moving away, is also getting lost. So, I don't think we can, I don't believe in emancipation in a way. I don't think we can, you can go away, but at some point you have to come back, and you have to, no, And this is like the point of the book is finding a way to come back that will not like destroy you also.